Hey guys, I'm Miranda and welcome to Books 101. This is my first book review and I'm very excited. So today I'm going to be discussing Fallen by Lauren Kate. So Fallen is a 4-part book series. The first book came out in 2009 and the last book came out last year. So it starts with Fallen, Torment, Passion and Rapture. There's also Fallen in Love, which is kind of like a 3.5 book between Passion and Rapture. Fallen in Love is filled with 4 short stories. I would recommend to get it. It's really cute and if you fall in love with the characters, it's worth the read. So Fallen follows the story of 17-year-old Lucinda Price, nicknamed Luce, who ends up in Sorting Cross Reform School after this accident that happened between her and a guy named Trevor. Basically, she was convicted of murdering Trevor, but I'm going to talk more about Trevor in the spoiler section of this video because if you haven't read Fallen, I'll be kind of giving a bit away. Part of the reason also that the accident happened between her and Trevor, she sees these shadows and no one else can see them and she's seen them for her whole life. So her parents are a bit worried about her and this Trevor accident set it off edge, so that's why they send her to Sorting Cross. It starts off with Luce's first day at Sorting Cross, and Sorting Cross is very different from her last prep school. Sorting Cross is very gothic and they have like a swimming pool inside a church, cameras everywhere. It's a bit like a prison and she doesn't have contact with her parents as much as she'd like to and her best friend Callie. On her first day at Sorting Cross, Luce is feeling a bit out of sorts and she meets Ariane, who shows her the ropes and is really friendly to her and they instantly become friends. Also, if you've read the other Fallen books, Ariane would have to be one of the best characters. She also meets Cam, who later on in the book becomes like the second love interest, and he instantly shows her affection and he's always there and he's really nice to Luce. So on Luce's first day she meets Daniel. Now Daniel's the main guy throughout this series and he's very handsome, and the first time she meets him they see each other across this courtyard. She smiles at him, he smiles back but then flips her off. It's very charming Daniel, so charming. So after seeing Daniel for the first time, Luce can't explain the feeling that comes over her. You know, Daniel's dark, he's mysterious, he's handsome, and she just wants to know who the hell is Daniel? And she feels like she has met him before. But Daniel's the complete opposite. Every time now that he sees Luce, he's like, go away, what are you doing here? He's a complete and total jerk. Luce starts getting really suspicious of Daniel and she starts stalking him and his family line with this girl called Pen. Pen becomes Luce's best friend, you could say at Sorting Cross throughout the book. And also Miss Sophia, which is a teacher at Sorting Cross, helps Luce with uncover who Daniel is. The book then basically follows Luce and how she's just trying to figure out who Daniel is and why does she have these feelings towards him that she can't even explain herself. So that's the end of the non-spoil section. If you don't want to be spoiled, click out. If you do want to be spoiled, or if you have read the book, continue watching. So you find out that Daniel, Ariane, Gabby, Roland, Cam and Molly, I think I got them all, are fallen angels, but Cam and Roland have chosen to side with Lucifer, so they're kind of demons. You also find out that Daniel has known Luce for thousands of years. I think in total, you find out later on in the series, 6,000 years, and that there is this curse. She's kind of reincarnated every 17 years. And they think the reason why she's sticking around longer is because she hasn't been baptized. Now, a lot of people ask the question about what happened to Trevor because we never fully know who Trevor was and exactly in detail what happened to him. All we know that Luce kissed him and there was a fight. I've read the Fallen short about what happened to Trevor, and in Fallen it basically gives you an outline about what happened, but there's a bit more to the story. So I'll explain that now. If you have read the Fallen short, you'll know. If you haven't, take a listen. What happened to Trevor takes place before Luce ends up at Sorting Cross. She's at prep school of Dover. Trevor Beckman is kind of the popular guy. You know, he's got all the girls chasing after him. He's captain of the baseball team. He's the homecoming king. Luce finds herself really attracted to him and she has like kind of this little crush on him. One night he has this party and then when he sees Luce, he's like, oh, come to this cabin with me. And in the cabin, he kind of takes advantage of her. He already has this girlfriend. I don't know if he's fully dating her or what's the go there. And they make out. All of a sudden, Trevor goes, so bright all of a sudden, Trevor said blinking, isn't it? She knew what he meant, like something between them was lighting up the whole room. This is the spark she'd been waiting for. She felt warm and alive because she's never really kissed a boy. She's thinking, oh gosh, is this the firework I get when I kiss a boy, you know? The whole cabin warmed and grew way too light. It was getting hard to breathe and she was suddenly sharply dizzy. Obviously this is where the fire is happening and he's about to burst into flames. She tried to move but felt like she was stuck. Trevor's arms tightened around her. They gripped her ribcage until she thought he might break her bones, until his skin felt like it was burning into her flesh, until he was gone. Luce kind of blacks out. She wakes up and she finds herself outside the burning cabin and people are questioning her. You know, you've got Rachel, which is supposedly Trevor's girlfriend, going, "What did you do to Trevor? You know, what happened to Trevor?" And then Luce can't explain it. You know, you can't just tell someone, "Oh yeah, I kissed him and he burst into flames." At the very end of what happened to Trevor, Luce is outside the cabin, you know, she looks up and then she sees these shadows she's seen for her whole life. I have a theory, and I think that apart from the whole baptism thing that may have ended the curse, because Trevor was her first kiss, he might have had an input on what was supposed to happen to Luce, because her first kiss has always been with Daniel. So I think because she kissed Trevor, so instead of Luce bursting into flames, he burst into flames. I don't know, it's just a theory. Anyway, continuing with the Fallen spoilers. Miss Sophia. The first time I ever read this, I thought, oh my gosh, she's such a nice teacher, you know. She really takes Luce under her wing and every other teacher's like blah blah blah, but she's really nice and considerate and helps her find out more about Daniel. That little bitch! Seriously. I mean, she kills Penn in cold blood right in front of Luce. Penn didn't even need to die. Plus she killed Todd in the fire that was there to kill Luce. And she didn't even feel sorry for it. What a bitch. Just because she's one of the 24 elders of whatever, and we're supposed to respect our elders, well, I'm not respecting that one. I'd probably rate Fallen about an 8 out of 10. I think the plot could have moved along faster. The main information gets explained in the last couple of chapters, but apart from that, Lauren Kay and her writing style is absolutely fantastic. It's a worthwhile read. Personally, I prefer the other books in the series, but Fallen is still amazing. Thanks for watching part 1 of 5 parts to my Fallen series review. To check out my other Fallen videos, head to my channel, and new book reviews will be coming soon on heaps of other series. I'm Miranda. Thanks for watching. See ya!